Arcadian Vanguard presents the Wrestling News in your daily wrestling newscast for Tuesday, December 3rd, 2024. Good morning, I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin with last night's Monday Night Raw broadcast live on USA Network from the Angel of the Winds Arena in Everett, Washington. In the closing moments of the show, Drew McIntyre made his return to WWE television, laying out Sami Zayn in the ring after Zayn had just been pinned by Seth Rollins in the main event. The match had been made as a result of the opening segment of the show when Zayn, along with Jey Uso, ran in to break up a brawl between Rollins and CM Punk during an in-ring promo segment.
You talk too much, and you don't listen enough. This is my business.
This thing's boiling over as he said, time to rectify my mistakes.
Oh, it's on. Yes, Joe.
Here they go.
This
Sami and
has
Jey
been
into the ring.
years in the making. Sami Zayn, Jey Uso trying to restore some order. But these are two massive egos they're trying to separate here.
During a segment advertised as celebrating the 10th anniversary of the New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods turned on Big E and kicked him out of the group permanently.
Why don't you get the hell out of this ring and get back to your desk where you belong? And we'll call you if we need you.
World Champion Gunther defeated Dominic Mysterio in a non-title match. After the match, Gunther was sneak attacked by Finn Balor. The tournament to crown the first Women's Intercontinental Champion kicked off with a triple threat that was won by Dakota Kai over Katana Chance and Shayna Baszler. In other results, R-Truth pinned Pete Dunne, and World Women's Champion Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez beat Damage Control. Morgan and Rodriguez continued to beat down Io Sky after the match until Rhea Ripley made the save. In ratings news, last week's Thanksgiving Eve episode of AEW Dynamite drew a viewership of 536,000 to TBS according to WrestleNomics. That's down from the previous week's audience of 640,000. The rating in the 18 to 49-year-old demographic set a record low for a Dynamite airing in its normal time slot, finishing at 0.15, which was down from last week's 0.20. And finally, taking a look at Japan, Day 11 of New Japan Pro Wrestling's World Tag League took place on Monday in Kochi with 4 A-block matches taking place. In the main event, Shingo Takagi and Yota Tsuji defeated Ryohei Oiwa and Zack Sabre Jr., Chase Owens and Kenta, Gabe Kidd and Sonata, and Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi also picked up victories. The teams of Goto and Yoshihashi and Shingo Takagi and Yota Tsuji lead the block with 8 points apiece. The tournament continues on Wednesday in Karatsu with 4 B-block matches taking place. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the Wrestling News. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.